our first testimony tonight. We have someone came all the way from Texas to come and share with us tonight.
Wow.
I'll be back.
Actually,
That's halfway home for me.
but actually Melissa's been here for 16 years?
Yeah.
About 16 years, and but from Texas originally. And she has a great testimony of what Jesus has done in her life, and so we're going to let her share.
My work here is done.
What's that?
I said, you told her my work here is done. Hi, everybody. I think
Hi.
everyone here knows me, but if you don't know me, my name is Melissa. So as Pastor said, I was born and raised in a small town on the border of Mexico and Texas,
Where?
Del Rio.
Okay.
Have you heard of it?
Yep, I've been
It's west of San Antonio.
Yeah.
Yep. So, and then I met my husband and moved up here to Connecticut, been here for the last 16 years. Anyways, I grew up in a pretty normal home. My dad was in the Air Force. My mom worked as a DJ at a radio station, and she raised us up in the Baptist church. She took us to church 3 times a week, and I also attended camps and stuff for Bible camps for teenage girls and whatnot, and so I had a good upbringing, a good solid foundation. But somewhere along the way, I lost my track of where I was headed to. I wanted to be a lawyer. I always thought I would be a lawyer. That was my ambition. That's what I wanted to do. But around the age of 14, I fell into the wrong crowd. And I started experimenting with alcohol and marijuana, and started smoking cigarettes, and that just led me down more of a path, and it just got worse as time goes on. Eventually, I went through my 20s, drinking the whole time. I never stopped drinking from the time I was 14 until the time I got saved at the age of 30. So, and smoking as well. Drugs weren't really a big part of my life. I did smoke marijuana now and then, but not a lot. So it was mainly alcohol was my drug of choice. I wasn't dependent upon it, but I did actually, I would abuse it. When I went out, I didn't know when to stop. And so every night, every Friday night, every Saturday night, every weekend, I was at the clubs. I was drinking until I could barely stand up. I mean, it was a mess. And I'd wake up every day hungover with a headache, not feeling well, shaking, just not doing good at all. And one day I was on my way to work, and I had just had enough. And I said, Lord, I can't do this anymore. I need you in my life. And I knew where to turn to because I had been brought up in church. And I tell you, I called my friend and I told her that I had given my life to the Lord because she had been coming to my house and talking to me about Jesus and asking me to give my life over to him. So I called her and I said, Tina, I gave my life to the Lord. And she just yelled, praise the Lord. She said, you have to go to church with me tomorrow. It was Easter Sunday, as a matter of fact, and you have to make a public confession. I said, okay. I ended up at an Assembly of God, and that's where we are now, at Assembly of God. And I got baptized in that church. That was in 2004. I have been sober ever since, no more cigarettes ever since, and I have been serving the Lord and loving the Lord ever since 2004. Best decision I ever made in my entire life.
Praise the Lord.